day. From NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's Week 11 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now the first carry from Dalvin Cook. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well-timed there, and now 4th down. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. Taylor's got the 1st down and more. And down to the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
Dance class, anyone? Did you see the steps between the quarterback and the running back?
That's what you need for a good counter.
You have to have it because you're setting up your blocking. There's a timing element as well. But they have to marry up their steps. Otherwise, that timing gets thrown out the window.
Timing was great there and a big run.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 56 yards right. He's got the afternoon off to a great start. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold him to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where...
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Jonathan Taylor, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. That time a 6-play drive, and it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. So now the 2nd drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders. That
guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, A 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he'll be down deep into Houston territory.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged...
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. DJ Moore. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here comes the return from the very back of the end zone. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been...
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Wide open receiver complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 34 yards the gain that time, another 1st down.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Here's Madison getting it again on 2nd. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. Quinn Miners, 3rd-round pick in 2021, called for the penalty. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Throwing is Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Wilson. That ball complete to Isabella. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down.
Nice job understanding the situation. 3rd and long, kept the play in front of them and made the tackle. They gave up a good chunk of yardage, but it does force a fourth down.
They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. And this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And the Texans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
What an excellent end result for them. But let's go back to the decision, first of all, to go for it all on 4th down. A lot of pressure on the quarterback's shoulders, but they knew he could handle it. Makes the right.
And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. His 7th touchdown on the ground and 10th overall. And the Texans have taken the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. So that drive 7 plays in length. And it was capped off by a touchdown scamper from Alexander Madison. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Denver's offense now set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you
the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary here. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. To throw, it's Garoppolo. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Houston's offense taking over again. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in 1st place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that 1st round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are able to show off their quick strike ability. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
He's going to let one fly for Tate. And that will fall incomplete. Oh, they took a shot there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Houston set to take over. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now a give to Madison. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2. And it brings up 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly. And that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Alexander Madison with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Texans push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Take it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
And the football going back over to the Denver Broncos.
They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And all the way home for a Broncos score. DJ Moore with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Broncos get a bit closer.
McPherson now for the extra point.
It's up and good, and it's now 28-14. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage.
Madison hit, and the ball pops free. It's picked up by the Broncos, and they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game. And and now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
After review the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 48 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Play action. It's Wilson. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one goes for 24 yards. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, Wilson. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case,
touchdown, Texans. A great play there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Texans will add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it results in the Texans finding the end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a 1-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
1 play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. touchdown. Jenkins picks it off, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
So this is... We didn't see it all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
On the handoff, it's Madison. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Play action. Now Wilson. Past the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Here's Madison. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
70 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it with Madison. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So reverse the celebration. We'll see if they have something else in their bag of tricks.
And isn't that always tough to watch when they score and you see the excitement, and then when they realize those points aren't going to count? Can they get it back together and find their way back to the end zone?
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They're going for it. Here's Madison. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time?
And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Adafe Owe in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 2nd down, Cook. Oh, a good move at the 5. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down. So do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility. But now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
Okay, well, so much for the halftime report here. Guy can't even finish his Snickers. We're going to get right to the third quarter. Let me spit this out.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Taylor. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
101 yards rushing for him in this one, and he is drawing ever closer to a 2,000-yard season. First and 10, Taylor now.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Now Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. They go play action with Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
On second down now, it's Taylor, and he's taken down inside the 30. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
Back to Taylor on first down.
And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run here with Taylor.
A good run, 8 yards there, and it'll be 2nd and goal. That's what they wanted out of that first down play. Run it down there. Now they're knocking on the door.
The only thing that would have been better was getting it in, and now they can do whatever they want because they've got confidence on their side. Line up quickly and go, or savor it a little bit, but I run right back at them.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked them back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any...
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans.
Jonathan Taylor,
His second touchdown of the afternoon.
and the Texans take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you're talking about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
On second down, it's Cook again.
The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
From the gun on third, Garoppolo.
Now Garoppolo is in trouble, and down he goes.
Odafe Oweh able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. There's Matt Bosher now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And out will come the offense as they take over. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He is hoping to find the end zone for a third time, and we sit now in the third quarter.
And nothing would excite him more, but I think even more so, his offensive line. Anytime you've got a guy scoring that many times, that means you've done a really nice job in front of him.
You're always giving props to the big fellas up front.
It's always a good idea. Those are some massive men.
Sliding out of the pocket. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That's good for 28 yards.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. And there's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
Again, it's Taylor.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On the handoff, Taylor.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up first and goal.
They'll look to run with Taylor.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Jonathan Taylor
taking it in from a yard out.
And the Texans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Tucker Tucker with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. The drive summary that time, 5 plays.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
From the 29, Garoppolo caught right side, Tate. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up third down now. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains. Garoppolo now, first down throw. To the right side, and he's got more complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike. Watch Mike. Yo.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Again, he finds more. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line.
52's the Mike, boys. 52. Let's go. Do you tighten up? Let's go. Do you tighten up?
Garoppolo now. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Garoppolo's throw here into the hands of Moore.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Garoppolo. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
When you're running the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
McPherson's kick is good.
And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Here's McPherson now to send it away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the Mike. I know he ain't got it.
Now Wilson on first down. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. They go play action now. Wilson. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 36. That one goes for 24 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 36. Again, Wilson. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he will have a first down at about the 21-yard line. 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
They'll run on first down. It's Taylor. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Mike 51. Let's get it.
Garoppolo on first down. And complete right side to Cook. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing now is Garoppolo. Throw left side complete. That's Howard. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He's got the hook up to Moore. And he will have a Broncos first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo, Cook with a first down and much more. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown.
So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind, it's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch.
Even with a big lead here in the fourth, it still bombs away, and frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Oh, Wilson going to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Broncos are going to get the football back at their own 17. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward. Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air, and sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. That's caught by Penning. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. From just shy of midfield,
Garoppolo.
And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football. Knowing full well, he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
That is caught. Westbrook's got it.
A little football 101